Hey everyone, and welcome to the club, and welcome to another Pokemon Fusion Challenge. Today I'll be fusing Charizard with Sceptile. I'm going to be positioning the character facing towards the right, so let's get started with the right eye. I'm going to start on the top and just curve down in towards the inside of the eye. Curving downwards. Now from here I just want to draw a little bit of a frown line, so from here I'm just going to curve it up. From here I'm going to take that point on the end, curve down and in towards the inside of the eye. Starting from the top, we'll curve down, and then we'll pull that in. On the bottom eyelid, I just want to add a little bit of a trim. So we're going to step over and just trace out the bottom curve and then just come up in towards a point. Let's layer the pupil underneath the eyelid. So just over towards the left side, I'm going to draw an oval coming down, and then we'll pull that back up. I'm going to draw a little highlight oval on the top, so just coming down a little and then back up. And we'll color the bottom area in black. I'm going to continue working on the profile of the head. So I'm going to take this curve and just extend it out to the spike on the back of the head. So leaving a space, we're just going to curve out towards the left. Up and out. Now I'm going to pull this back in towards the eye for the back of the head. Curving back into right about there. Let's add the large spike of Charizard on the top here. So starting just down here, we're just going to draw a straight line angled out towards the left. Now we're going to bring this curve in, just in between the head here, just above the eye. Starting from the top, we'll just taper it out. Now I'm just going to pull this back in towards the middle of the head. Let's draw in the back spike here. So right about here, I'm just going to curve it upwards. Now I'm going to take this point and curve down towards the front of the beak. Just in the front of the face, we'll just curve down to right about there. From this point, I want to draw on the top of the mouth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this point, curve up, down around the eye, and then back up. We'll add a little line here for the nostril, just a little line like that. And then we're going to go ahead and draw on the inside of the mouth. So from this point, we're just going to step over towards the right and curve it down and forward. We're going to draw the back side of the mouth here. So just underneath the top of the mouth, we'll curve down to about the same height. Now I'm going to connect that with a curve along the bottom. Just going across like that. Let's add in some teeth. So right at the bottom of this curve, I'm going to draw a V. And then the back side is going to come up at the top of this curve, coming down and then back up. We'll add two more teeth along the bottom. So from that point, we're going to step over towards the right, draw an upside down V. We'll draw one on the right side. I'm going to add the tongue in behind. So behind this tooth, we'll curve down towards the bottom. Let's add in the lower jaw. So from this point in the mouth, I'm going to curve down. Now I'm going to take that point and curve back in the opposite direction, down towards the bottom of the chin. So from here, we're just going to come down to right about there. Now we're just going to trace out the inside of the mouth on the outside. Going across towards the right. Now I'm just going to pull this up underneath the beak, like that. I'm going to have the body twisted this way, so we're going to have the front arm coming across the body, so I can go ahead and draw in the back coming down towards the leg. So from this point, I'm going to curve down and then out towards the left. And as I get towards the bottom, I'm just going to pull it back in the opposite direction for the back of the thigh. Let's draw the front of the thigh. So we're going to take this curve and flip it over. So up here, we're just going to draw a nice thick thigh going across, and we'll pull it down just past this point. So these points are almost aimed towards each other. I'm going to take this point here and just angle up. We're going to step up here and just draw a little curve for the kneecap. Let's continue drawing the foot. So up in the back of the thigh here, we're just going to angle out with a straight line. Now we're going to curve down towards the claw, curving forward. Let's add one of the claws. So from here, I'm just going to curve up and then pull that in towards the back of the foot. Along this curve here, we're going to step over, draw a straight line going out towards the right. We'll curve up and then just pull that in behind that front claw. We'll do that one more time. So up here, we're going to go out. Now we're going to pull this up and then just tuck this back in. At the top of this curve, I'm just going to pull this up underneath the kneecap. Now that we got the back in place, I'm going to draw on the arm in the front here. So we're going to start with the upper shoulder first. So right in here, just below the jaw, I'm going to curve around and then down. And I'm curving the opposite direction towards the elbow. So just curving in like that. From here, I'm going to go straight across with a slight curve towards the wrist. So going across, and I'm going to bend it up a little bit there. From here, let's draw in the hand. So from this point, I just want to draw almost like a circle coming back around for the thumb. Now from here, I'm just going to curve up. Now I want to wrap the first finger around. So we're going to step back towards the left and just circle around and then in towards the knuckle. We're going to step up and draw that same curve going around towards the back of the hand to right about there. Now I'm going to draw a straight line going back towards the wrist. Let's add in some claws. So So at the top of this thumb, I'm going to curve forward, and then pull that back in. I'm going to add one up here going the opposite direction, going up towards the left, and then I'll pull that back in. Let's add Charizard's wing on the forearm here. So from this point, I'm going to step up, do a little overlap. I'm going to curve down towards the left, and curve in the opposite direction towards the tip, going up and then out. Now we're going to draw the inside of the wing. So from here, I'm just going to taper backwards, going up, and then just stopping right about here. We're going to step about halfway along this curve, going up with a curve. I'm going to bring this back in towards this front line. We're going to leave a little gap. So right here, I'm going to curve in. Now I'm just going to trace this back, going back with a short line like that. Let's draw on the back of the arm. So this arm is coming back here behind this wing. We're going to curve up and then back like that. Now that we got this arm in place, I could tuck the body in behind. So right here, underneath the chin, I'm going to curve down and out. So the body's coming out this way. It's going to continue down here and tuck in behind the thigh. So right here, we're going to curve out and pull this in towards the left. Let's add a little trim line to the belly. So underneath the jaw here, we're going to curve in behind the arm. We're going to continue all the way down towards the left, in behind the thigh. I'm going to add Sceptile's little strip right down here. So up here on this corner, we'll go across with a curve. We're going to draw that twice. So stepping down, we'll draw another curve going across. Let's add in the back leg here. So right up here, we're lining up the top of the thigh, right here, curve around, and then down. From here, I'm just going to angle up with a short line. Now we're going to leave a gap and just draw the inside part of the thigh with a slight curve going that way. Now let's draw in the bottom of the foot. So from that same point, we're going to step over towards the left. We're going to curve down towards the bottom of the foot, and we'll curve across this way. Curving across and down. We take this point and draw the first claw, going up and then down to the bottom of the foot. We're going to step up, draw an angled line going out, curve up, and then back in behind that claw. We'll do that one more time, going out and pulling that up and then in. At the top of this nail, we're going to curve up underneath the thigh like that. Now because the body's turned this way, you're not going to see the back arm, so we're going to go right into towards the wing. So in the back, right about the same height as the shoulder, I'm going to curve upwards. We're going to do a hard turn going up to the top of the wing, going up. Now we want to draw the inside of the wing because the wing's folded this way. So we're going to step up and just overlap that line. So up here, we're going to curve across that line and then in towards the right. We do another hard turn coming down to the bottom of the wing, going out towards the left and then down. Let's trace this back up, just like how we did here. We're going to take this point, taper up, and stop right about there. We're going to add the sort of the edge of the wing here. So along this line, we're going to curve up, and we'll pull that back down. Now here, I'm just going to aim towards the top here. I'm just going to draw a short curve going up like that. Let's go back up to the top and do the same thing we did down here. Taking the top and tapering it down alongside the wing. Now right here, about halfway down this curve, come down with a curve. Now from here, I'm just going to curve up and right in behind the top of the wing there. So just tucking that in at the top like that. We're going to draw the frilly end coming back in towards the back here. So right up here, we're going to go up with a curve and then curve back down. We're going to go back up again, going up with a curve, and then we'll tuck that in behind the back. Now this ridge of the wing, we just want to trace it around here. So starting down here, we're going to step down and follow that same curve, going up. And then now I'm going to pull this back up, following that same curve, going upwards. Going up along the wing like that. Let's add some of the bubbles along the back. So in this empty gap here, I'm going to start down here, draw like a half circle, going around. Let's add one up on the neck here. So drawing another half circle at the top, and we'll probably add one more along the bottom here, going across like that. Now again, because the body's turned this way, you're going to see a little bit of the back wing here. So we're going to start right behind this bubble. I'm going to curve up alongside the neck and continue this curve up towards the top. Now I'm going to taper this back in, just like we have here. Tapering it back. This will go behind the head. I want to add some of the end of the wing here. So starting at the top, we'll step down, curving forward behind the head. You'll see one part coming down here. Now we're going to draw a little curve going up, and we'll pull that in behind the body. The final step is the tail, so I'm going to start with this belly line. It's going to come across behind the leg and wrap around this way. So following this curve, go around. We're going to go behind the wing, and we'll continue in behind the body like that. Now we're going to draw a little wrinkle line at the top here. So right up here, we're just going to draw a curve going over towards the left. Now this body line is going to continue along the tail. Starting on the end of the tail, we'll just taper up like that. This tail again is wrapping around. It's going to come down and over this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a little bit of the end in between the legs here. Now it's going to continue up with a curve to the tip of the tail. Now again, we just want to draw a thin sort of trim. Just going to trace it back. It's a little bit wider as we come back in towards the leg. Now we're going to add the little bushy tail that Sceptile has. So from the tip, we're going to go up, and then we'll pull that back in, leaving a gap. We continue this, getting a little bit larger as we come back in towards the body. Go up again, down, leaving that same amount of gap along these points. Going up, down, draw one more. Going up, we'll pull that in behind the leg. Now we want to reverse it. So taking this point here, going up, down, up, down, and again we're just continuing these curves, these little loops, as we get towards the bottom of the foot. We don't want to go past this toe here. We're just going to keep it in that same angle, going across. We'll draw one small one right here, pulling that in behind the leg, and that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's our Charizard Sceptile fusion. I hope you enjoyed today's art challenge. Make sure you subscribe and help us name this character in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.